Hello there, Gemini. Welcome to your weekly, fortnightly, whatever read. Running a little bit late, but that's fine. I do cover the energies. My weeks kind of become fortnightly when I've got a lot going on. So just know that my reads are roughly around the 1 to 2 week marks, but 7 days usually these cover. So within the 7 days. Oh, Gemini, what's going on? You could be tuning in if you're a sun, moon, rising, or Venus sign in Gemini. We're looking into the 4 bodies of existence. You may be finding treasures. You may be finding long lost treasures. You may find something, that you had misplaced or whatnot. But let's have a look in the physical body of existence for Gemini's overall energy, what the collective that I'm tuning into are tuning into. We have blossom. Interesting. Really bringing something from the heart to life. You would like to see those around you blossoming. You want the best for your family, especially your family, and your friends, your peers. This blossom card in the physical body of existence, it means that you're awakening to taking those steps towards transforming your reality. There seems to be growth in your physical reality. You could be buying new things or seeing new things like around your household, but also finding old long lost treasures and, placing them around your household to make it look new. We have the Goat of Earth. This is traditionally the Judgment card, the Blossom card here. So, there are slightly fears. Maybe something's happened like physically, you may have been physically ill or something, and, there's fears of how people will perceive or, judge you even. Don't worry about external validation. It's fine. You're clearing. You've gone through certain trials, traumas, and tribulations recently, possibly, over the last 20 days, 20 weeks, if you will. But we have the Goat of Earths here. So this is Capricorn energy. You could be dealing with a Capricorn in the physical or someone that is an Earth sign. We do have the Saturn energy coming through. The goats truly get a bad rap. However, the goat represents climbing to the heights. So there is growth going on in the physical. Something has to shift. Something has to come out of the heart into physical manifestation, a dream, a goal, a desire. You are desiring and you're feeling that momentum towards something new growing. So, there may be some shyness in regards to the physical as well. Like you may be slightly shy in regards to people or places or a certain situation. In the emotional body of existence, this wanted to pop out in the physical body of existence. It's come back around. Clarity or belief. This is the Ace of Swords in traditional tarot. So this is about communication. Emotionally something is in your heart. So yes, something wants to come out of your heart and blossom into physical manifestation. However, here in the emotional body of existence, something wants to come out of your heart and be spoken. There may be something, maybe a relationship or work that's become a little bit stagnant and, you're really just not feeling it. You are feeling it. God, these cards just keep popping out. And you're really being guided to speak your truth. Speak your truth and move the energies of motion here in your emotional body of existence, something that you've been thinking about, something that you believe, something that you have had recent newfound clarity on, really wants to flow from the heart, and speaking it is going to brew up some emotions. We have the Virgin of Earths here, so yeah, definitely involving an earth sign. You guys could have Capricorn or Virgo in your chart also. Virgin of Earths, this is about really moving into that innocence, your inner child, your soul perspective and speaking the truth. I mean, there could be a masculine here that is guided to speak the truth to a feminine, because we see this masculine expressing into the feminine, but both of them have their hands on their heart. So this is something that they really have, some suppressed, some embedded, some nestled, maybe rejected, you know, that really wants to come out. For a lot of you, you may receive a message from someone at nighttime expressing this truth or their beliefs, or it could be you messaging someone and, you know, speaking your truth. It may happen overnight time. We just had the Taurus new moon, so a lot of earth energies surrounding you, Gemini. We do have the Seek card here. There is some karmic clearing with number 9. There are the 2 bluebirds there flying over, which represent a divine relationship, higher relationship. I do see it as a divine mother and father. So, you know, seeking the higher spiritual path. This is a mental body of existence, Gemini. So you should be focusing on things such as meditation, holistic healing, maybe going to a naturopath, you know, to clear up any karmic residue, repeated patterns of stuck energy. Ultimately, you know, I'm seeing a lot of stagnant, stuck energy here within the physical and then the emotional. Mentally, if you focus on actually doing something about it, maybe, you know, getting a reading of someone, maybe going to a holistic healer. God, I can't keep these cards in. This is what I meant. You can't keep the emotion in. You've got to let it out. We do have the moon card here. So, you know, seeking to do some shadow work this week. Really tapping into the suppressed emotions, your shadow self. You know, looking at where you are being triggered. Where are these emotional wounds really affecting your reality or affecting your physical body of existence? A physical alignment, you know, some type of health issue in the external physical body is due to an internal situation. So you can really just look it up on Google, you know, whatever type of physical health issue you have, type it in and then type in the metaphysical reason for it, and you will find everything is an as within, so without job. I do speak from a space of non-duality, so it's also as without, so within. So definitely cleaning up your space. I see this for you, Geminis. I see a lot of movement within your home space. But yeah, definitely having your house spotless, because we do have the Virgo, you know, which are very cleanly, very perfectionist. Like the Virgo energy here within your emotional body of existence is going to make you feel good. If you do clean, dust, get everything in order, have everything in like an OCD type of alignment perspective in your home, like that's going to make you feel good. And I feel like for a lot of your Gemini, your household reflects your mental state. So we do have the moon card here in the mental body of existence. So definitely seeking out some holistic healing in regards to shadow work. There, again, you know, she's cradling herself. You may feel like you've had to look after yourself, like other people just aren't stepping up and helping you. You've really had to do it on your own. You've had to do it alone, even though you do have people around you. Start speaking the truth and start seeking help. We do have the nurture card here. So you do have 3 major arcanas at the top and then 1 major arcana there. So there are a lot of shifts going on. I just want to trace back here to the Seek card in the mental body of existence, Gemini. This is the Hermit. So again, more Virgo energies. You know, you could have a Virgo moon and you're being asked to look a little bit deeper into that, or someone has a Virgo moon, or, you know, you're just being asked to maybe reach out to a Virgo, seek a Virgo assistance. But we do have the nurture card here. In traditional tarot, the nurture card is the Empress. So spiritually, you are being guided to embody the Empress energy, really get back in touch with the earth. To be honest, I think that's why the Virgo energies are coming up, is because you're being asked, even the goat of earths, you are being asked to get back in touch with earth. You know, walk barefoot on the ground, really connecting, you know, this magnetized energy. We also got the fish of water. We've got Piscean energy. So spiritually, you're being asked to feel because in feeling is healing. The throat chakra is going off. So, you know, there is some type of truth that has to be spoken. I think it's simply just asking people to help you. Seeking help, seeking assistance. Bro, these cards are just popping out like fire. Like, you are going to explode, Gemini, if you don't get out the truth. But we do have the Fish of Waters here in your emotional body of existence. You know, there's something that is highly emotional. It's kept buried in, and you're being asked to nurture it gently. In feeling is healing. Allow it to come out, transmute it, give it back to Father Sun, Mother Earth. And that's what I saw here with these two birds, is actually, you know, a connection to Father Sun and Mother Earth, and really start researching, start being the seeker. But yeah, it's all about nurturing yourself this week. You've been giving yourself away. We do have the Snake Princess, the Serpentine Path to Power. So, you know, this here represents like Eve and the apple, and, you know, biting the apple, the divine knowledge. There is this newfound glory coming to you once you seek the higher path of esotericism, and don't even know if that's a word, but, you know, being the esoteric being, and you know, really moving towards knowledge and knowing the path. It is a pathless path, however, you know, surrendering to the pathless path, you can still acquire knowledge along the way. I think there's like this newfound connection to spirituality for you, and you're going down paths that you may not have looked at before, and I think that's really beneficial for you.